Om. Om. Om.
ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदः क्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse 31. Read.
अनादित्वान् निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मायमव्ययः शरीरस्थोऽपि कौन्तेय न करोति न लिप्यते।
The doubt was, if Atma, Chaitanya Rupa Atma, abides in all upadhis, all embodiment, will it not get contaminated by the defects of the upadhis? Will it not get bound by the karmas done by the upadhis because of association? To which Bhagavan said no. Because the nature of Atma is, number one, Anadi. Number two, it is Nirguna. And therefore, it is aware. Anadi means which has no cause. When an effect is born from a cause, certainly it is an entity circumscribed by space, having its own limitations and having its parts called avayavas. This is not something like that. It is uncaused, unborn, ever existent principle. Further, it is nirguna, free from sattva guna, rajoguna, tamoguna, which indicates that it is free from all types of embodiments. Not only free from all types of embodiment, but also free from sukha, dukkha, moha, raga, dvesha, madha, matsara, all these, the traits of the mind. And that being the case, being nirupadhika, upadhi-less, embodiment-less, karma on the part of Paramatma, Chaitanya, is not possible. When karma is not possible, karma phala cannot come and get attached to that entity. And further, an entity which is anadi and nirguna has necessarily to be avaya, changeless. So when changeless means karma is not possible. Karma not possible, karma phala cannot come and get attached to it. Because of all these, Paramatma, though abides in all bodies, it is aloof from them. It is aloof from them. Now, up to here, where Bhasya we have seen, the question comes, who is the entity who does karma and who is responsible for karma phalas? If you say that there is an entity other than Paramatma called Jivatma who does the karma and gets connected to the karma phalas, and therefore samsari, what does it mean? Paramatma asamsari, Jiva samsari, and Jiva being samsari cannot be asamsari, Parameshwara, Paramatma. When it is so, statement of Bhagavan Krishna, Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi will go wrong. If an entity called Jiva, totally distinct from Paramatma, who does and who undergoes the karma phalas, if he exists, then it is different from the samsari Paramatma. Being samsari, both are different, and that will be the case. Kshetrajna and Paramatma will not be one and the same. Krishna's statement will go wrong. If you say, no, sir, there is no Jiva with a separate entity from Paramatma and samsari, you are also not correct, because from our experience, we do find an entity called samsari Jiva. This being the case, the question arises, who is the entity who does the karma and therefore is responsible for the karma phalas in terms of bhoga, experiences of karma phalas? So that point is now raised by Bhasya to answer what exactly is the fact. Kah punaha deheshu karoti, etc. Read.
कः पुनः देहेषु करोति लिप्यते च यदि तावत् अन्यः परमात्मनः देही करोति लिप्यते च तदिदम् अनुपपन्नम् उक्तम् क्षेत्रज्ञेश्वरैकत्वम् क्षेत्रज्ञञ्चापि मां विद्धि इत्यादि.
Punaha, to proceed further. Deheshu kaha karoti. Who is that entity who does karma in all bodies, and also not only does but lipyate cha, gets connected to those karma phalas, becomes answerable to those karma phalas with that entity? If you say this, what is that? Yaditavat. If you argue like this, you say that, what is that? First of all, if you say like this, Paramatmanaha anyaha dehi karoti lipati. Dehi, the one who resides in Deha, the one who abides in Deha, namely Jiva, the individual entity, Jiva, with Paramatmanaha Anyaha, totally distinct from Paramatma. That Jiva abiding in the Deha, called Dehi, Karoti, does karma, Lipyate cha, and gets bound or connected by karmaphalas. Then what will happen? Tataha, thereby, this is going to be the corollary. What is that? Idam anupapannam uktam bhagavata. Uktam. By Bhagavan Krishna, this statement is what? Improper. He has made an improper statement. Anupapannam, not given to reasoning. Wrong statement. Uktam. Uktam. By whom? We have to add there Bhagavata. What is that statement? Which describes Kshetradneshwara Ekatva. Which describes the Ekatva, identity between Kshetradnya, called Jiva, and Ishvara. Jiveshwara Ekatva, which describes Kshetradnyam Chapimam Vidhi, namely, second verse of this chapter. Kshetradnyam Chapimam Vidhi. In this body, Arjuna, whatever that Kshetradnya, the one who is aware of the entire Kshetra body, is what me, Paramatma, Parameshwara only. This statement is going to go wrong. If you say there is an entity called Jiva Dehi, distinct from Paramatma Asamsari. Further, continue.
अथ न अस्ति ईश्वरात् अन्यः देहि कः करोति लिप्यते च इति वाच्यं परः वा नास्ति इति.
So, atha, in case you say, what you say? Ishwarad anyaha dehi nasti. There is no dehi jiva abiding in the body, distinct from Ishvara. Then add tarhi, in that case, kaha karoti lipyate cha. Put in the noted comma, question. Who does karma? Who is connected to karma phalas? Lipyate cha. Iti vacham. This should be told. This should be told. Or va paraha nasti iti vachyam. Vachyam to be added again there. Paraha nasti. Ishvara is not there. Only samsari is there. Either of these two statements you have to make. If some dehi jiva distinct from Ishvara is there, you have to tell who is that. If it is not there, what is that? Ishvara is not there, only jiva is there, you have to tell. Therefore, it says, this question is is totally difficult for those who do not accept the Vedas, which speaks of Jiveshwara Aikyam. They will not be able to give the answer to this question. Continue.
सर्वथा दुर्विज्ञेयं दुर्वाच्यं च भगवत् प्रोक्तम् औपनिषदं दर्शनं परित्यक्तं वैशेषिकैः सांख्यार्हतबौद्धैः च.
Sarvatha, in whatever way. See, you have to add there Asya samadhanam. Reply to the questions raised now. This is what? Durvidneyam is very, very difficult to know. Not only that, Durvachyam, very difficult to answer. Iti Bhagavad Proktam Aupanishadam Darshanam Parityaktam Vaisheshikaihi Sankhya Baudhai. Because this question seems very difficult to answer. These people who do not accept Vedas, so what they have done, they have discarded the truth revealed in the Upanishads. Iti means iti hetoho, because of this reason. Answer to this is cannot be found. Therefore, Bhagavat Proktam Darshana. The Darshana, the truth, Proktam, told, described by who? Bhagavan. And what is it? Aupanishadam Darshanam. The knowledge, the truth contained in the Upanishad. Parityaktam, totally discarded, not accepted. By who? Sankhya, Arhata, Baudhaishya. By these schools of thought. Sankhya, Kapila's Sankhya. Arhata, Jaina philosophy. Baudha, followers of the different schools of Buddhism. There is Pathankara is there. Sankhair Hata Baudhyai. By Sankhya and Hata Baudhyai. Hata means Nashitva means the people who get deprived from the final Purushartha. These people who get deprived from moksha. They have what they have done? Upanishad Darshana. The knowledge contained in the Vedas. That ultimate reality is Advaya Brahma, Jiva Brahma, Jiveshwara Aikya. What they have discarded, they have abandoned. Now the question is, sir, you have not yet answered the question. Because of this difficult question, who have discarded Upanishadic knowledge that you have told. But what is the solution? Here is the answer to this question. Continue.
तत्र अयं परिहारः भगवता स्वेन एव उक्तः स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते इति.
Tatra, in the context, earlier context. In the earlier context. What context? No answer yet found to this question. Ayam pariharaha. This is the reply given by whom? Bhagavata Svena Eva Pravyaktaha. Bhagwan has himself given the reply to this question. Who does the karma? Where we have forgotten. Neither Bhagwan has forgotten nor Bhashyakara has forgotten. This answer was given long back in chapter 5, verse 14. What did Bhagavan say? Swabhavastu pravartati. Swabhavaha pravartati. This is done by Swabhava. What is meant by Swabhava? Swaha Bhavaha means one's disposition. One's disposition. What is that one's disposition? Avidya Lakshana Prakriti Maya. Prakriti or Maya characterized by ignorance of oneself. So therefore, this disposition being all the time being there with Paramatma in terms of avidya or called prakriti or maya, it is that inert avidya, prakriti or maya in the presence of sentience principle Chit Paramatma does all the mere avidya, prakriti or maya is incapable of doing karma. Mere Chaitanya Nirupadevika Paramatma is incapable of doing karma. All electric gadgets by themselves are incapable of producing their respective effects. Electricity itself, free from gadgets, is also incapable of doing all those things. It is those gadgets in the mere presence of electricity appears to do all these things. Likewise, in the mere presence of Chaitanya Paramatma, the products of avidya, prakriti or maya, in terms of upadhis, embodiment, appear as though they do the karma. This is what was told by Bhagavan in 5th chapter itself. Swabhava, that is, see, we have got Swabhava and Swarupa. You say, his Swabhava is like that. His character is like that. His nature is like that. Swarupa also is said nature. But here, Swabhava means is something which always accompanies Paramatma. From the standpoint of creation, from its true standpoint, from its real nature standpoint, there is no Swabhava Prakriti, there is no avidya, there is no maya at all. But when we view this from the standpoint of the Jagat, which is in the realm of ignorant person, there is invariably the presence of avidya or prakriti or what is called as maya, who actually does the karma. Swabhavastu pravartate. Pravartate means it does. The swabhava who does, that avidya who does, is product of avidya who does. Avidya matra swabhava karoti. The mere ignorance, which is swabhava, is a nature, not true nature, but available in the practical field. What does it do? He karoti lipyate iti vyavahara bhavati. It does and lipyate, gets connected to the karma phalas. Iti vyavahara bhavati. All karmas get reduced to the product of avidya, prakriti or maya. But not in reality. Natu paramarthataha. See, swabhavaha tu pravartate. Tu whereas an exception, an objection. What it means is told here. The meaning of tu in the swabhavastu. Tu paramarthataha. In reality, ekasmin paramatmani. In one paramatma. One means here advaya paramatma. In non-dual paramatma. Tad nasti. Tad means what? Either kartrutva, doership, or bhoktrutva, the status of being experiencer, is not there in Paramatma at all. Continue.
अविद्यामात्र स्वभावः हि करोति लिप्यते इति व्यवहारः भवति न तु परमार्थतः एकस्मिन् परमात्मनि तदस्ति.
We have seen this. Continue.
अतः एतस्मिन् परमार्थ सांख्यदर्शने स्थितानां ज्ञाननिष्ठानां परमहंस परिव्राजकानां तिरस्कृता विद्या व्यवहाराणां कर्माधिकारः न अस्ति इति तत्र तत्र दर्शितं भगवता.
The outcome of this fact, truth, is being concluded by Bhashyakara. Ataha. Ataha means therefore. What is therefore? Paramatma cannot do nor get connected to karma. It is the handiwork of avidya and avidyakara in terms of embodiment. Therefore, ekasmin paramartha sankhya darshane sitanam jnananishtanam. In the case of those who are steadfast in the Paramatma Jnana. And what is that? Ekasmin. What is the Ekasmin? Advaye is non-dual. Paramartha Sankhya Darshani. This Sankhya is not Kapila Sankhya, it is the Jnana only. In the Paramartha Jnana, Sitanam Jnanishtanam. Those who firmly abide in this knowledge, who have got Jnanishta, and who are Paramahamsa Parivrajakanam. Paramahamsa Parivrajakanam. Who are totally aloof from everything. Who have no desires at all for anything. Parivrajakanam, Sannyasinam. What is Paramahamsa? It's a category of sannyas. A person who is a sannyasi, He has got Vairagya, but up to a certain point. He has got Vairagya for everything except for Brahmaloka or Hiranyagarbha post. Because it's the highest accomplishment. Of course, Hiranyagarbha is the higher accomplishment than the mere Brahmaloka. For rest all, he has got Vairagya. But he's a sannyasi. But he has desire for post of Hiranyagarbha or Brahmaloka. Such a sannyasi is called Hausaha. It's called Hausa. The one who doesn't have desire for even Brahmaloka or Hiranyagarbha post is called Paramahamsa. Category of sannyasi. That's what is told as Parivrajakanam. Parivrajaga means those who are always on the move, who do not stay at one place. If it is big city, not more than 3 nights. If it's a small place, not more than 1 night. Always on the move. And what is their further description? Tiraskrita avidya vyavaharana. Tiraskrita, discarded, given up all avidya vyavahara. All dealings of avidya means now karma. Tiraskrita avidya vyavaharana. Is karmadhikaraha nasti. These people, such jnanishta, do not have adhikara, eligibility to take to karma. Iti, so tatra darshitam bhagavata. So Bhagavata, Bhagavan Krishna has shown this where tatra at different places in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan has said. So therefore, Paramatma, though abides in all bodies, neither does nor undergoes those experiences of those karma phalas. It appears so because of Swabhava, avidya. Atma is always free from that. Therefore, jnanis also have nothing to do with the karma. Earlier, of course, they had made use of karma for getting antakarana shuddhi, etc. Now, because of antakarana shuddhi, that they have already got it, they have got knowledge now, and that being the case, there is no question of any further taking to karma. Because karmas are taken, or karmas are taken for 2 purposes. Either of these 2. One, fulfillment of desires. The jnanishta, whose mind is so absorbed the Swarupa, he has no desires at all. Therefore, he doesn't need the karma. Maybe to gain antakarana shuddhi must be he has to take to karma. No. Already got knowledge. That presupposes he has got shuddha antakarana. From that standpoint also he doesn't need the karma. So this is how Bhagavan has said this at different places. Earlier this stanza it was told, na karoti na lipyate. Paramatma na karoti na lipyate. Paramatma doesn't do the karma, nor gets bound by the karmas, or nor becomes answerable to the karma phalas. The question comes, like what? Can you give an illustration to this effect? In spite of karmas, done at the level of the body, Paramatma is not connected to that, nor it does it. To this effect, an illustration is being given. Read Bhasya.
किमिव न करोति न लिप्यते इत्यत्र दृष्टान्तमाह.
Yatha sarvagatamiti. Kimiva, like what? Na karoti na lipyate. It doesn't do, nor gets connected to karma. Who Paramatma? Iti atra. To such a question, Drishtantam ah. Bhagwan himself is now giving an illustration in this verse 32, beginning with Yatha Sarvagatam iti. Read the verse.
यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् आकाशं नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते.
Yatha Sarvagatam Akasham Saukshmyat Na upalipyate Tatha Sarvatravasthitah Atma Dehe Na upalipyate. Yatha, just as this Akasha, space. And what is the nature of space? Sarvagatam. Sarvagatam is Sarvavyapi. Just as this all pervasive space, because of its nature being so. What is nature? Saukshma, being sukshma, subtle in the sense niravayavatva, because of being partless, limbless, no part being there. Because for any karma, what is necessary is chalana, motion, or a change. The karma itself is defined as chalanatmakam karma, that which is characterized by movement or changes. For any movement or changes, finite entities, finite limited entities are necessary. Space, being all-pervasive, it has no, and being subtle in nature, it has no avayavas. And therefore, it says, though sarvavyapi means though it abides in and through anything and everything that is there in the creation. Sarvagatam Sakshma Akasham no padapyate is not connected to the features, merits and demerits, deficiencies or virtues of where it abides. Let us say, 1,000 types of pots are there, which has got many things, different things in that, good, bad, etc. In all, invariably, space is there, but space doesn't take unto itself the defects of the pots. Because Sukshma, it is not connected to anything at all. No parts to get connected to something else. No upadapyate. Tatha, in the same manner, sarvatravasthitaha atma. Atma, who is abiding everywhere, dehe, in the body, no upalapyate, doesn't get connected by the defects of the body or doesn't get affected by or connected to kartrutva and bhoktrutva, doership and what is called as enjoyership, in the sense status of being the experience. It doesn't get connected at all. Continue Bhasya.
यथा सर्वगतं व्यापि अपि सत् सौक्ष्म्यात् सूक्ष्मभावात् आकाशं खं न उपलिप्यते न संबध्यते सर्वत्र अवस्थितः देहे तथा आत्मा न उपलिप्यते.
Yatha, just as sarvagatam means vyapi api, though all pervasive in nature. Api sat, being so. Though akasha being all pervasive in nature, saukshmyat, meaning of saukshmyat is sukshma bhava, because of its subtle nature. Sukshma bhavat, you can add there heto, that akasham, meaning of akasham is given as kham. Why so? Bhashyakara gives the meaning of kham. We are familiar with the word akasha, then kham, is it not? Anyway, space, that's all. No upalipyate. No sambadhyate. Doesn't get connected. By what? By doshas of entities that are there, ghata-pata, etc. Pot, pitcher, cloth, etc. Whatever defect they have got, space is not contaminated by them. Tatha, in the same manner, sarvatra avasitaha. Sarvatra means sarveshu deheshu. In all the deha, sitaha, when we abide, means dehe, in all the bodies. Similarly, atma, no upadapyate, means doesn't get connected to kartrutva, bhoktrutva, etc., the defects of the body. Not only that, It has no connection with the karma phalas, also Bhasya. Though Atma is abiding in all bodies, like the space, it doesn't get affected by the kartrutva and bhoktrutva. Read further Bhashya.
किंच यथा प्रकाशयति इति.
Iti. Kincha. To add further. In the na karoti na lipyati. Atma, though abides in all bodies, doesn't do nor undergoes any experience. What is the main reason behind it? Is the fact that Atma is only drashta, as if a mere onlooker, not a party to the incident, not a party of doing karma or experiencing karma phalas. Say, Atma, Paramatma, being drashta, the seer, the knower principle of all that takes place at the level of the upadhi, it is free from drishya and drishya guna dharma. We know this principle. Seer is distinct from the seen. Hearer is distinct from the heard. So also, Atma, the mere illuminating principle, the principle which merely makes us know the upadhis, embodiments, their changes, their karmas and karmaphalas, is totally free from all these put together called known entities or drishya entities. Drik, the knower principle, is distinct from drishya, the known entity. Those who have studied Drikdrishya Viveka know it very well. So therefore, Paramatma, being the knower principle in relation to whatever upadhi is there and whatever is being done at the level of upadhi with its result, it is totally free from all these, totally unconnected to all these. So that reason is now being given by Bhagwan himself. Read the verse.
यथा प्रकाशयत्येकः कृत्स्नं लोकमिमं रविः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं प्रकाशयति भारत.
Bharata. Arjuna, we have seen this word etymologically. Bha also can mean Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya. Those who revel in Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, these are called Bharatiyas. Because of Bharata, emperor also this name has come to. Here one from Bharata dynasty. Bharata. See, every nation has got its unique feature. So is ours. Whose unique feature is Brahma Vidya. Nowhere in the entire world Brahma Vidya is unfolded in such great detail as in our Adhyatma Shastra. You will not find such things anywhere else. That is the why, our country may go to the deepest depth of degradation, but it bounces back with all vigor to its original stature. See the history of the world. Many great empires have come and crumbled, whose even marks are not left now. But not our country. I think who is that? Professor, I have forgotten his surname is Seer, C.L. Seer. He was a college mate of Swami Vivekananda. At that time, he was a very brilliant person. At that time, he was the Vice Chancellor of Mysore University. He made a very pithy remark about India. India is ever aging, but never old. With the passing time, yes, India is ever aging, but never old. It keeps up its vigor. And what is that vigor? Brahma Vidya. Now you see, the trend has now going turn now. Of course, as a country, we have come to a very bad lot, no doubt. But if you have got eyes to see, in and through, slowly and silently, a force is emerging wherein Brahma Vidya will be restored to its original glorious status. A matter of 2-3 decades. Those who are young can make a note of this and verify it. Whether the world is ready to accept it or not today, India is going to be the Vishwa Guru, the Guru of entire world. In this context, one Mahatma said, of course, time will testify this. That's why I said youngsters can make a note of it. By 2085 or 86, most of the part of the world will accept Sanatana Dharma. Underline the statement, will accept, no conversion, not by conversion. Willingly seeing the glory of Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma is Vedic Dharma, wherein Upanishad Brahma Vidya is the topmost. Will accept Sanatana Dharma. Not only in India, but all over the world, there will be Rama Rajya. So we have suffered the degradation. Now the time is going to come of the country being uplifted. The hope for the entire world is India. India may suffer degradation, but it doesn't get doomed at any time. If the India gets doomed, the day India gets doomed, know it for certain, the world is doomed. It will never happen, but it is so. So that is the speciality of our country, Bharata. Also Bharata, that is Bharati. Bharati is Saraswati Devi. Saraswati Devi represents Brahma Vidya. If you have doubt, study Saraswati Rahasya Upanishad. The commentary on which is Drigdasha Viveka. So Bharati, that is how Brahma Vidya is a unique feature of our country. We should be proud of it. Mere being proud is not enough. We should gain it. Otherwise, what a pitiable condition. Having been born in Bharat, not taking advantage of what is the unique feature of it. Run after the world. And then what? If they learn this, and then yes, our people will go abroad to learn Brahma Vidya. The slavish mentality has not yet gone, even if the foreign rule has ended. See, people get fascinated by this new thing. No? There are what are called mindfulness. Of course, those who have invented this, at their level, they try to find out something from our scriptures, and they put that way. But our people say, oh, something new. Mindfulness, the Indian version of it, heartfulness. What is wrong if you go to the original Brahma Vidya, Upanishads? उनका सबका बाप है उधर. Little crumbs here and there and little run after. See, that's why Brahma Vidya cannot be taken as. Don't argue. What will happen to the world if only Brahma Vidya taken? Who can take to Brahma Vidya? Brahma Vidya is Paravidya. One has already crossed the stage of Aparavidya, only can take. So long as you are in the world of Vyavahara, Shastra does accept the Aparavidya. But for mature people who cannot get contented with Aparavidya, Paravidya comes, Brahma Vidya comes with it. See, the Vedic India was prosperous golden India. And today we are in such a lot because either we have forgotten our culture or we are by force cut off from our culture so that we can be treated as slaves by the foreign rulers. It is time now to find out what it is and restore the glory of our country. So Bharata, we are all Bharatas only. So we have to live up to that level of discovering the truth, unveiled, revealed in Brahma Vidya. You see, now we'll see that illustration next time. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ